Welcome to another Ask Us Anything. It is Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. where we are up here in Pomona, California at the California RV Show, where Mike and Jennifer, and we have been out here
3 days.
4 days actually, and having a ball. It is a gorgeous day here in California, and there's been a lot of people at the show. We've had a great time. As always, we love to have you guys in to give us your questions, your comments, and we always enjoy seeing you. We pray if you like this, give us a thumbs up, and hopefully it's pleasing, and then hopefully you've subscribed to our channel. So we're having a great time. We already heard somebody. Let's see. Shirley says, hope you're having a blast in California. Can't wait to hear what you've been up to. Do you miss your RV since you flew out? Is it hard for Mike to stay on the diet? Wow, Shirley, you hit a lot of the issues that we're facing. The key questions that we're facing.
It was hard to say goodbye to our road trek.
They towed it away Thursday.
They put it on a flatbed and they towed it away, and that was a little scary. Is this box going to blow away?
I hope not. There's a little bit of a wind out here.
Could be interesting.
Yeah,
it was very hard to say goodbye to it.
And it was a little bit challenging. Hi there. It was a little bit challenging to watch it go away because we've had so many memories. And then we had to jump on a plane. We had to jump on a plane, get out here. We arrived here at like our time, Eastern time, like 4 in the morning. 4 a.m. And had a busy day Friday, and then we had a busy day yesterday and today. And it has been great. If the camera's moving a little bit, it's only because there's a wind and it's blowing it. It's not going to fall off. I guarantee that. It might get a little wild.
Famous last words.
So we want to give you a quick little hint before we hit all your questions and tell you a little bit. One of the fun things that we've done at the show is Jennifer has found a new favorite place to eat.
Well, it was a fun place. Everybody said Pink's hot dogs, Coney dogs, and I guess it's a Southern California thing. And so yesterday I stood in line 40 minutes.
That's the one out here
to have a hot dog with coleslaw on top of it, and it was very good. I'm glad that I experienced that. The 40 minutes was, that was a little much.
Yeah, it's back in Detroit where we're from, we have Coney Islands, which is Coney sauce.
They have those here too. They have everything here.
And they're all named after celebrities.
Yes,
right?
They're named after celebrities. It's $8 base hot dog, and then it gets more expensive as you add things to it.
Now, I'm not eating any of that stuff.
Right,
my thing is, unfortunately. So how am I doing? Well, here I am. This is the weight check-in. Now, this is a little bit misleading because I don't have my scales with us. We flew out.
Just didn't put it in the suitcase.
So that's kind of it. So I can tell you that I am down, I'm guessing 18, 19 pounds. I don't know. It was 18 pounds before I left home, and I've eaten pretty good since we've been here. So I'm hoping when we get back to Michigan and I get on the scales, I'll let you know then. But it has been really fun, and it's fun to lose the weight. It's been not so hard. I'm staying off sugar. I'm staying off carbohydrates. And it's kind of a keto diet. Selective fruits, very, very limited. Maybe an apple, a couple of berries,
strawberries,
but not
blueberries,
much.
Blackberries,
but not much. But it's been relatively easy for me to stay on. Now we're going out to dinner tonight. We're trying to head to the beach as soon as we get this and meet some friends. And I don't know what I'm going to eat there, but we'll do our best. So I want to show you a couple other things at the show here while we're here. We showed you Pink's, which is the place where Jennifer's had the hot dog.
Started by Betty and Paul Pink back in 1939. They got a $50 loan from their parents and started out with this little restaurant that is, you have to eat there to come to Southern California. It's a big deal. I guess there's stores, people light up around the block to eat there.
Yeah, and it was fun. Everybody, how long did you wait yesterday to eat?
Yesterday was 40 minutes.
So, but we are at an RV show, and that's fun. Some of the stuff that's there, they have KOA is giving free Ferris wheel rides here to everybody, and they're all having fun with that. There is a big area of vendors. That's just showing you some of the crowds in the vendor booth. We found 5 really cool items in there, and we're going to do tips. There'll be quick tips that you'll be seeing over the next couple of months. But I don't know how we're going to get them in the suitcase, but we found 5 cool things we liked. The big talk here is all the RVs. Heimer is here. There's their new travel trailers. Aren't those sharp? They're getting great reception out here. They're selling a bunch of those. The Heimer Active Loft Edition has been a huge hit. A lot of people buying that. It comes in a couple of different colors. This is the only Class B RV that will sleep like 6 people. So you can put 2 up there in the loft, 2 in the back, and you can get a couple in the of kids like in the front. So a lot of people with family have been getting those, and those are pretty good. Another big popular one are the SS Agile. That's on the short sprinter, 19 feet long, the 19-foot sprinter. It's a great one for solo travelers or people traveling alone. This is our unit. The one that we have is the CS Adventurous XL. It's on the Sprinter chassis. It's the XL means extra long. It's about 14 inches or so longer than the standard, the regular Sprinter. But that's one we have, and we've got a new one that we hopefully will be getting in a couple of weeks. Another big one that everybody's talking about is the E-Trek, the all-electric. That comes also in an XL, extra long edition on the Sprinter chassis. And they've been selling a gazillion of the Zions, and you can see the Zions. They're very popular. You can see there's the one that's actually right next to us right now, and that's sold. And we've been having a blast. So that's the RV show. This show in California goes on from now until next Sunday. We're out of here tomorrow, and we're heading to Kansas, and we're off to Cattle Drive, one of our road trekking gatherings. This will be the number 8 that we've had this year, and this is unique. It's on the Kansas Plains. And what are we going to be able to do there? We
are going to go out at night and take a covered wagon ride out someplace in the middle of nowhere and have a dinner. And then an astronomer is going to be there, and he's going to let us look at the stars. And have a campfire.
But the big thing, as I said, it's a cattle drive. Are people we can get on horses and actually help round up longhorn cattle. This is a working cattle ranch.
And no, Bo isn't coming. He can't go to the ranch because there are working dogs. And he'd be pretty sad if he had to be locked up.
Yep. So, all right, now to your questions. Let's get to those, and you can use the comments below. People always ask what the $sign is. That's something called Super Chat that YouTube has, where you can put it like a tip in and it'll put you to the front of the location or something. I'm not sure how it works. I saw a couple last week that came through and I was surprised to see it. Roger, hi, let's bring Roger up. Wait a minute, where are you, Roger? Here, I'm trying to bring you up here and have it display. Hi from the show. Nice meeting you both today. Roger was one of those guys that came up and said hello. We've been meeting folks all the last 2 days.
And it is really fun to meet people at these shows.
It is. It is really fun. Grace asked us, how's California? Well, it's pretty. But we haven't been anywhere yet.
It's like a backdrop over there in the mountains.
Yeah, there's some of them.
Yesterday we couldn't see them.
Yesterday
we couldn't see them because it was cloudy and kind of hazy. Today we can see them better because we got some blue sky and clouds. I guess we're really lucky because it's cool. Because last year it was like over 100 degrees when the show was on. So I am very grateful that it's not over 100.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. But we haven't been anywhere. We almost took off yesterday. And we're going to run up to, we wanted to go to Joshua Tree, which is probably the closest national park to us. It's a couple hours. It's out near Palm Springs. And by the time we got done from the show and the meet and greets, it was just too late. And so the closest we're going to come now is we're going to swing over to Dana Point and Laguna Beach and maybe grab some dinner and watch a sunset over the ocean. Watch it get cloudy when we get there. Yeah. But
whatever, it'll be good.
All right, let's see. We got you guys checking in from everyone. There's somebody from Dublin, Georgia. We know Dublin, Georgia. We've watched our grandkids play football there and play soccer there. That's a great town. And we were actually in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day, Dublin, Georgia, on St. Patrick's Day a few years ago. Had fun there. Can you tell us about your PC mic business? Well, I don't really have a PC mic business. I do a technology report once a week for every NBC station in the country where I'm known as PC Mike. And I've been doing that since 1994. Can you imagine how long that's been? And I've been doing it. It's kind of, I preview apps and everything. And you can see that at pcmike.com. But it's not much of a business. I just I do that with NBC and I put the links to the apps. And I used to do, for a while I did a podcast, but this is my podcast. You know, I'm doing our RV podcast.
He's not allowed to do anymore.
Yeah, she made me quit. I had to give up one. Actually, at one time I had 3 podcasts. She made me give up I gave up one, and then the second one, the PC mic, I reluctantly gave up. But that's a technology report that I do once a week for NBC on apps, and some of those reports make their way over here to the RV lifestyle as well. Let's see. Nan says, your life seems awesome. I hope to travel in a small camper van sometime soon, maybe by myself some, and with my husband when he retires. Is it safe for a woman to travel alone?
I can't tell you how many women there are that are out there traveling by themselves, and a lot of them have husbands who are still working and can't get away, or else their husbands have no desire to travel because they travel all the time for their work, and last thing they want to do on the weekend is get in a little RV and travel. So there are so many women out there. In fact, going to Kansas, this gathering, aren't there?
Next week, I think.
Yeah, just about everybody. I think there's two guys, single guys.
There's two single
maybe,
guys.
I don't know if Jeff is bringing
maybe two
Amy
couples,
or not.
and that's about
There's
it.
a lot of single women.
I would guess a third of all the people, at least at our gatherings, our road trekking gatherings, the ones that we put on, we've had 8, and I would say a third to sometimes half of them are solo female travelers.
And the Class B motorhomes appeal to single women.
This is a
because
Class B right there.
You can drive them easily. They're just the right size.
Yeah, so it's and we've answered. There's a couple of videos if you search here on the YouTube channel about women RVers. Jennifer did a really great interview with a whole bunch of single women RVers earlier this year, and you can find those videos and you can learn all about it. So check that out. Here's one from Carrie. She says, we're newbies with the 2011 190 Popular and wondering why it takes forever to dump the black and gray water tanks. Hardly anything comes out. Any good hints? Yeah, I would take it to a dealership. It only takes a couple minutes at the most, 3 minutes if it's full, to empty the black and gray. So if yours is taking longer, two things: either it isn't full and maybe it's taken forever because there isn't much in it, or there's something wrong with it. So I would take it to a dealer because
Shouldn't take
we've
long.
had 4 with the macerator, the Road Trek macerators, 4 RVs, and it only takes a couple minutes to dump it. It's very, very simple. So if you're having problems, you should be able to get it fixed up, and that would take it. Lots of you saying hello from all across the country, and that's really fun to see how many people are watching us from everywhere. Shirley, let's see, says, I've traveled for 2 years now after I sold my house. Be aware of your surroundings to include updated research weather. Always be aware of the weather. If you're traveling backcountry, if you're boondocking, we talked to a guy just a minute ago. Get out, walk the road to make sure there's no dips or potholes or big rocks in it when you're traveling off country. But basically, being safe. You always want to be aware. Have plenty of water. Have people know where you are. Have a communication system, a cell phone. We talked to a woman who camps a lot in the desert. She had
and that'll be on
Wednesday. She travels with a sat phone because she camps in the desert. She says it costs about as much as an iPhone, but the problem is you pay $60 a month for it, for a service you don't use. But if you really didn't have communications and you really needed it, it's worth it. So she has, actually, since she had 2 of them.
Yes, she has a backup.
Yeah, so
she's alone, and or she usually tries to go with somebody, but she's very aware of being safe.
Yeah. Somebody says, I just found my first RV. Let me get something out of here. I just found my first RV, 1989 Chevy. Wow, it's an old one. 22 feet, 52,000 miles, in great shape, inspected. I'm in contact with the seller. Good for you. That's a great deal if you can get it working. You know, these things, if you take good care of them and do a little repair, they do last forever. So I'm sure you'll find out.
And that's something to say. If you're not sure about this, if you can pick up a used one, have somebody you trust look it over, check it. You're not spending that much money. You can use it for 6 months, use it for a year, and if you want to sell it, sell it.
Yeah, we've talked to people who bought them, and they bought them, used them a year or two, and sold it for what they bought it for. So they hold their value. Wayne from New Jersey, question: do you have problem finding diesel?
Once in a while.
Well, yeah, maybe
out in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe once in a while you'll pull off an exit, and the first station you pull in doesn't have diesel, but the next one down the line does. So yeah, I mean it's
not at every station.
It's not at every station,
but almost.
Yeah, I've never not I've never. Well, once we came close to running out of gas this year in Texas.
When I was in the mountains, I was driving. There was no place to pull off. There was no shoulder.
Yeah.
And we were getting low on gas.
And we went forever.
White knuckling.
We went forever. And the first station we saw was.
Couldn't even let him take over and drive. I was committed.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So that's great. Let's see. Richard, hi from Oceanside. He met us Friday. He was out here. Thank you, Richard. Good to see you. It was really fun to meet you and so many people from Southern California. We had people from Las Vegas. We even had one couple that flew here to meet us and to learn a little bit about these RVs. So that was pretty exciting. Here's somebody who's obviously not done any research. $92,000 for a van. Are you crazy? Well,
hey, they cost more than that.
You think that's a good buy at $92,000? Obviously, this guy doesn't do any shopping, but they start about $69,000. That's kind of where some of the entry-level Class B vans go. And
that's why you buy a used one.
Yeah, and those might cost you, for one recent, not too old, $40 to $60 for a used. But they hold their value, and you can see they're almost impossible to get. Some of them, we talked to people who've been waiting a year. They ordered at this show a year ago, and they're still waiting to get them. Particularly because of the Sprinter, that Sprinter right there. That's a Sprinter chassis. They're very hard to get. Now that'll ease up shortly because Mercedes-Benz is making Sprinters in the U.S. now. But they're very popular. They're very popular.
There is a lot of sticker shock when you first look at these Class Bs or any motorhome. You kind of go, whoa.
Yeah.
I guess after 7 years, I'm getting used to
any known prices. Plans from Road Trek Heimer to use Ford Transits for their RVs? No comment. No comment. I think so. I mean, I think every RV manufacturer is looking at the Ford Transits. Everybody loves the 190 and the Road Trek and the 210, which are on the Chevy chassis, but they're not making many of those because it's very difficult. GM is not releasing many of those chassis anymore. So you've seen people turn to the ProMaster, which is, let me show you the ProMaster. They are right there. There's the ProMaster chassis, the Zion. You'll see a lot of those that have been sold, and see that Zion, by the way, right there. You see the price on that? That's $92,000 sold. A lot of ProMaster, Dodge ProMaster, and more and more RV manufacturers switching to the Ford Transit, and I'm sure you'll hear about that in the next couple of weeks, but probably so. David, are you staying at East Shore or KOA? Actually, we're staying in a hotel. We did not take our RV out here. We had to fly here. We were in Elkhart, Indiana at the RV Open House last week, and then we had to get out here. We didn't have time to drive it, and we have to be back in Kansas next week. So we don't have time next week, and we fly out of here tomorrow. So we're staying in a hotel, and it seems weird, doesn't it? Not
yeah,
in the RV.
It really does.
Because we like to sneak away, and even at a show like this, we'll go out to the RV and just put on the air and chill out for a while. So.
Yeah, I really have missed it for making lunch and taking a cat nap mid-afternoon. I miss our RV.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
neat.
Bringing that change of clothes, that comfort, that too hot, too cold.
Yeah.
You get spoiled so quickly. As soon as you get one of these things, you want it. You don't want to give it up.
Yep. As I scroll through the questions, Patty, we just took off in a Class C. Sorry, we love Class Cs. You gave us the incentive, and we appreciate it. How do you decide where to go? Whoa, man, if you already knew the list of places we want to go now, so many places. How do we decide where we want to go?
Where they decide they want to go is where they are right now. What's their home base? And if they just took off, the circumference, how much time do they have? There's a whole bunch of questions.
Well, but she's asking you, how do you decide where to go? But those are the questions. How much time do you have?
When we have to go from one spot to another, then we look for what's along the route that we could see. Like we like the Grand Ole Opry when we're
in Tennessee.
Yeah.
But we decide where we want to go. We kind of have grand plans. Like I want to go to Alaska, but we're not going to tell anybody that because we don't want to go with anybody else. We just want to go by ourselves and describe it. We want to go to the Maritimes, and the same thing. We don't caravan with other people because
we stop here.
We stop for 10 minutes here, and we have learned if you're traveling with other people, it doesn't work out because somebody's always late or not on. So we go by ourselves. We want to do Alaska, and that will be a long, couple month trip. We want to do the Maritimes. That's a couple months. We, after being out here and just getting a slight taste of it, we need to spend at least a month out here and just travel California up the Pacific coast, up into Washington probably. We have often thought about picking a state and trying to spend a month in a state and do all of our videos on there. So we have so many things on our list.
Yeah, so much we want to do.
And this last 6 months of this year, we've been going to gatherings, RV shows. We've had to rush more than we like to rush, and so we're looking forward to kind of building a travel schedule that kind of takes us at the pace we want to go to.
We want to get to Texas.
Texas in the
February.
Spring. Yep, and yeah, hurricane watch for the Gulf Coast from Two Dreamin', and we have a place. Condo in near Destin. So yeah, we're looking Hurricane Michael. This is not good omen. Is heading right towards the Panhandle, and so we're watching that very closely too. Actually, we have, after we finish Kansas, we've got a trip down to Disney World for a week at Camp Wilderness, and that's with a bunch of other RVers. And then we want to head up to Destin and hang out on the Gulf Coast, the Emerald Coast there for a while. So we're watching that real well, and hopefully that hurricane or that storm will move on and leave. Amy, where did your Class B go? Did you hand it back to Road Trek and are getting a new one? Well, we sold it. They sold it. And we've been telling this story out here all week. It's we were at the Super B show in Phoenix this year, and I got an email from a doctor in Hawaii who said that he wanted to take a year's sabbatical and he wanted to come to the U.S. with his wife and just spend a year traveling around. They wanted an RV exactly like ours, CS Adventurous 4x4. And I made the mistake
I think you said sell Mars.
Well, I don't think I volunteered it. I walked over with a cell phone. I showed it to Mike Snell, who's Road Trek's Vice President of Sales. Hey, this guy wants one like ours. What do you have in stock someplace that you can send him to? And he says, oh, let's just sell him yours. And he did. And they picked it up on Thursday and took it to the factory, and they're taking some of the stuff we had on it, and they're building a new one for us, and we'll put it on the new one. And it's pretty good. I wonder if this would work. I could show them the interior of the white interior.
Idea. You're gonna go walk?
Well, I can try.
The SS Agile video we did showed the white interior.
Yeah. The one we have, I'm going to have you hold this.
Do I need to stay with your camera and all this stuff? Well, I think I do.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I was going to walk over and show you the interior, the one that we're getting. We're getting one with a white interior, which is new to Road Trek.
If I had 2 more hands, I could probably do it. But
well, actually, if you just take this. Well, you can't. You got your purse and all the rest of that stuff. So I can't show it to you. I could go alone, but I got too much that I have to carry. But anyway, so that's supposed to be in a couple of weeks, and obviously you'll hear a lot. We've got so many new things that we are going to review. I've got a new dash cam system that I want to show you. I've got a new satellite TV system that I need to show you that we'll be testing out, and a couple of other really cool things that I got to put in that new unit. And that's hopefully in a couple of weeks, and we'll find out right from there. Let's see. David, I have the Road Trek 2010 Versatile 210. Me and my wife did 1 year of trekking. We love following you guys. Well, thank you, David. That's really nice. Have you ever thought of interviewing Joe Madden, manager of the Chicago Cubs? He lives or used to live in his RV, I'm sure, in the off season. No, I haven't. It would be fun. Do you mean John Madden? No, that wouldn't be him. He's not the manager.
The manager of the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be great. Set it up for me.
Fun story.
Set it up for me. We'd love to do that. That'd be a great story. I love talking to people. He's Rhonda. We were talking about how hard it is to get a sprinter, and she noted that Amazon has a lot of sprinters. I posted a picture on our Facebook group not long ago. They've ordered 20,000 sprinters for the Amazon delivery system. So that's one of the reasons.
And they're going to get them with a big order like that before us.
So I had a picture of them all stacked up, all painted, I think, gray. And that was pretty good. Karen, are you going to the Florida show, and do you usually order your vans or inventory on the ground? Well, we work with Road Trek on getting the vans, and we go. I don't know what Florida show you mean. They seem to have one in Florida every week, but we're going to the RV
Tampa.
Super Show in Tampa in
About
January.
the third weekend in January.
Yeah, so we will be at that one. This is the third show that we're at out here in California in the last couple of months, so it's pretty good. Gary says, did you end up trying your satellite internet in Algonquin? I did, Gary. It didn't work. Well, actually, it worked once for about 10 minutes, and then it stopped. Trees get in the way, and it did not work. So I had to work through cellular, and it was a little bit different. We want to just, again, give a shout-out to Verizon Wireless. This is the MiFi card, the wireless connection that we're using, the cellular connection, just solid. I can see it's a good picture, and it's pretty fun. You guys are missing the Marvac show in Novi. That's in Michigan, the Michigan Association of RV and Campgrounds. Yeah, we used to go to those there. We tend to go to just the big shows now. You know, Hershey is supposedly America's largest. RV Open House is probably one of the most influential shows, although that's just for the dealers. And this one, the California RV show, which is, I think, every big as Hershey, don't you?
Well, we had someone talking to today who should know, who said that Hershey is the largest.
Is he? Well, Hershey supposed to had 1,400 new rigs. They advertise here 1,300 2099s, but they also have a lot of 2018s here, or 2019s. They also have a lot of 2018s. So I think it's certainly a bigger area. There's much more. I mean, I'm just judging by where we are with the Road Trek. They've got more Road Treks.
What do you count? Attendance? I mean,
I don't know.
Acreage.
And then you throw in Tampa, which is the other big one that we will go to. And Tampa has in January is a really big one, so it might do it. Hi Jennifer, my wife loves your glasses.
Good.
Any update on the Road Trek propane fuel cells? It's funny. The sunglasses or the regular glasses?
Well, maybe.
That's my wife's movie star glasses, I call them. The propane fuel cells, a system called Watt. They're demonstrating it here at the RV show in California. I want to again stress this show goes on all the way through next Sunday. So if you're out in this area, you still can get here. It's not on any of these vehicles yet, but they're certainly working on it. It's a really interesting technology. If you want to learn more about that, you can see it. It's in one of our recent videos on the RV channel here, and you can find it. Are you getting that new Watt cell? No, we're not. We've tried several prototypes before. We had the first E-Trek, and we had the first CS Adventurous XL with heavy-duty lithium. And prototypes, you know, we had them to test them out, see what worked, what didn't work, and that's a lot of work. So no, we're not. We know our friend Camp Skunk will be testing one out, but not us, and that's good. Okay, last question. John and Maria, love your YouTube videos. How'd you two meet, and what drew you to the Class B traveling lifestyle? Well, we kind of answered that question before. We were high school sweethearts. We really were. I just graduated from high school. Your senior year, we met at a dance.
We met at a dance,
and she swept me off my feet from day one. And that's the truth. We really did. So anyway, and how we get into this RV lifestyle? Well, actually, somebody at church had one of these Road Trek vans, and I thought, that's perfect.
And he fell in love with it.
I really want, and she didn't want
obsessed.
anything. I watched every video on it. I researched it. I was on Craigslist, RV Trader.
Oh, he would drag me to the dealership and make me sit inside this thing, and I would explain to him it was too small for two people and a 60-pound dog.
And then one day...
And you wore me out after about 2 years of this.
And one day, a local dealer near our turn said, hey, we got a used one coming in.
And we had to pay him $1,000 so that we could be the first to look at it.
And it was, it was refundable or applicable to.
It was 3 against 1. The owner of the business, the salesperson, and you and me. And I'm saying no. And I'm texting my daughter saying your father is insane. And she challenged me to let you have it. And so my question
I raised that girl right, didn't I?
Yes, you did. And then I asked the owner. I said, 1 year from now, when I want to sell this, how much is it going to depreciate? Because I figured in a year we'd be done with this.
And obviously we weren't, and we fell in love with it right from the very beginning. Yep. And I started this blog.
First trip out west.
First trip out west was to Yellowstone, and we said, why did
Rushmore?
You said why did we wait? And I said, because you wouldn't let me get it earlier. And I tell that to everybody out here that's shopping. Oh, we're going to get one in a few years. Why are you waiting?
You don't know you have tomorrow.
You don't. And so
you got today.
And so we ended up selling it when Road Trek discovered this blog, and they became our first sponsor. They believed in us before we have a number of sponsors, but they were the first ones.
And there's a couple other people that are sad. That
yes, we get offered a lot to use other ones. We love Road Trek, and they've been really so sweet to us, and we're very loyal to them. But they said, well, we'll get you in a different one, and so we sold that used one, sold it for pretty much what we paid for, and it's been like that. Been like that ever since. And we are starting our 7th year of this in March, and we're hooked on it.
And we talked to my father about us getting this, and he discouraged it. So I'm glad I didn't listen to my dad about that.
Yeah. Doug. Hey, Doug. How you doing, partner? Doug, our friend Doug from Texas, is the NRVIA, National, what is that? RV, I don't know what that is, Doug. Inspectors Association? Yeah. I have no idea whether they're here or not. There's 1,400 RVs, and I don't know about, and a million groups, so I have no idea whether they're here.
Sorry, can't help you with that.
Hey, Doug, we'll see you in Texas this spring, if not before. Let's see, we got from Puri, from Puerto Rico. Hope to see you in January at the Tampa RV Show. My husband and I love your channel. Well, thank you, Puri. We will be there, and we look forward to it.
We'll have to figure out everybody's got little bitty dogs, and we'll bring in Bo.
I don't know. We're not bringing Bo to that show.
What are we going to do with him?
I don't know. We'll find somebody to watch him.
Doggy daycare again?
Doggy daycare.
Poor baby.
Yeah. So that's good. Michael, where have you had to use your 4-wheel drive? Nowhere. And I'm telling folks, I don't need a 4-wheel drive. And we camp in the winter, and we camp in snow. We have never needed it, ever.
Yeah, we don't live out west.
We don't have
out west where you got the big mountains, you need it.
I don't think so. I mean, we've gone up and down mountains. The 4-wheel drive does great. In the snow, it does really good. We stayed up at one of our campouts in the wintertime. We stayed up because we knew a blizzard was coming in. We wanted to experience the blizzard, do a little video on it, and I wanted to see what the 4-wheel drive meant. So a blizzard came in, and we drove through it without the 4-wheel drive. And I kicked the 4-wheel drive once just to see if it made a difference, and you could tell, it was 4-wheel drive, but I didn't need it.
We just haven't needed it.
The biggest benefit of the 4-wheel drive for us is that it's about that much higher, 4 inches or so more clearance. And we do a lot of boondocking, and as we do boondocking, it takes off pretty good.
And if you get the 4x4, somebody has to walk ahead to look at the road. You don't just think, here I go, because I got 4-wheel drive.
In fact, he asked a question a couple of weeks ago here. We talked about it. He bottomed out on some BLM land, and he came to meet us just a little while ago. We were talking, and he knocked out his step and a couple of things.
And his step and one other thing.
I can't remember. I think
the rack for his spare tire. Oh, he bent that all up.
And he said it was all, he said, I learned that the hard way. You got to go out and walk it first.
Somebody's got to walk ahead. It's just kind of like when you got a pickup truck and you think you're invincible and you can drive regular speed on a slippery road. No.
Yep. All right, I'm going to do one more question, and then we're going to go. I want to go see the beach.
Yeah, we're going to the beach. Wish you all could come with us.
Yeah, we wish. I'll put some pictures on Facebook. This is from Joe. How roomy is a Class B for a couple and a dog?
Maybe we should do a video with all of us in there.
Well, we have. There's a whole bunch of them with Bo and stuff in there.
Yeah, but what's getting bad now is Bo has decided that we make the king-size bed in the morning. He jumps up in between us. We have the sleep bag, and then he gets right between us, and then I'm like 2/3 covered.
Well, he gets in the middle of it, and it kind of pulls the both ends of us. Yeah.
And he's just like a little feather when he jumps up there.
65. It just kind of floats up.
The dog can jump, I think, 5 feet up.
Yeah. but it works for us, you know. Sometimes when he's there, he's kind of in the way when you got to step around him.
And you get dirty looks from your dog.
But he brings so much joy to our life that it's worth having him.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody did ask one more. Or Tori wants us to bring Bo to the RV show.
In Tampa.
He's too hard. It's too hard. Bob wants me to go do a walkthrough of the CS with the white. Actually, it's an Agile with the white. But
all right.
We're going to have
it. You want to do it?
You're going to have to carry my camera and the
I'll get my purse.
Thing and your purse. All right, I'm going to go try this, Bob.
I'm going to put
and if this thing drops out, you know why, and you'll see us having a problem. Well, she's getting all of our gear. I don't want to leave our gear out.
No, I'm going to carry it.
Do you have solar, or do you use the generator when you boondock? We do have solar. And we also have the internal, the road trek generator,
this feels so
the engine
funny
generator.
Because we're not coming back, so how quickly.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go show you that white interior. Jennifer, you have to stay near me. Can't do it.
Don't you need this?
She's got my, yes, I need all of that. Yeah, there we go. You see her? She's carrying on. Okay, it's right behind us here, and we're going to try and show you this thing. This is the SS Agile. They introduced this in Hershey. And not the Agile, but this color. And so the color scheme is brand new. And this is what we will have on our new CS Adventurous.
The floor is interesting.
And you see the floor on this thing? Wait a minute, what am I taking pictures of? This is hard because I'm using this on a laptop. And I don't know, let me see if I can do this.
Okay, all get seasick.
Okay, this is the inside part. That looks kind of creamy in the video, I can see. But it's actually white, and you can see I'm kind of walking down.
It's not as yellow as it shows.
It's not as yellow.
It is a little bit of cream. It's not a
And here is the floor. And you see the floor? It's kind of a, what is that? How would you describe that?
Did Airstream have this type of floor? Or
I don't know.
What is this, Tommy Bahama or something?
I don't know. We've seen this type of floor. It's light, and we were a little bit worried about it getting dark, but
Dirty.
We saw some people at Elkhart. They actually spilled coffee on it, and it wiped right up. So this is the white interior on this thing, and it's kind of fun. I'm sorry for the video because I'm actually using a laptop. I want to see if I can give you another view of this floor. Let's see how I can do this.
Come out here?
Maybe if I come out here like so. And there's the floor. Can you see that? It's kind of a white. It's pretty nice, and I like it. Well, hey, I'm gonna go way in the back, and when you sit in it, and then you kind of look around, you can see how roomy it is. So this is the color that we will have on our CS Adventurous, and it's a brand new white color. The cabinets are kind of a sparkly little cabinet. Can you see?
Countertop?
Yeah, what would you call those? I don't know, like a little sparkle. They're kind of nice. Disco.
It's got a little flecks of silver in it.
All right, let's go back to where we are, and then we can say goodbye. So that's the white interior. I think a general trend that we have seen at all of the RV shows we've attended this year is a movement to lighter interiors on particularly Class Bs. And this is the same color. Now this is the Agile, which is a small one, the 19-footer. We're getting the much larger CS Adventurous XL, which is almost 24 feet. And it will be white in the exterior, and then we will have it as the white interior.
Cool.
Yeah, this is our
microphone.
camera.
Everybody likes that.
Well, they all wonder what that is. They call that a dead cat. It's a windscreen for the mic. All right, I hope this was fun. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Somebody says, "Love the white, bright. I like it." Let's kind of pick this up, and we'll let you see. Bright, I like it.
I do too.
Can you show us the bathroom? I'm not going back there. Yeah, there is the bathroom.
Trust me, the bathroom is smaller in this. There's no sink.
Yeah.
There's just the toilet.
Are you going with the CS XL? Absolutely. Yes, we are. We love that big refrigerator in it.
I like the refrigerator. Mike likes the extra room on the back.
I saw a similar interior in a Road Trek Zion SRT. I think they do have a white version of that too. And it's pretty cool. And somebody who just got on is a white or cream. It's white, but you know, the lights and stuff made it look...
It's not a white. It's not a stark white. It's more of a cream. It is more of a creamy white.
It is more of a creamy white. Okay.
Because, I mean, the white exterior and the cabinets, there's quite a contrast.
All right.
But when you video it, it looks yellow, kind of yellowy.
I want to go to the beach.
All right, we got to go to the beach.
I'm out of here. I love you guys, but I want to go to the beach. Hey, before you go, please do us a favor if you haven't already. Subscribe. Just click that little subscribe button down there into our RV Lifestyle channel. And let's see, this week...
we don't want to eat at the hotel again.
Yeah, we've been eating at a hotel. We're going to the beach. We're having out with some friends, and hopefully we'll get there before the sun sets. You know what LA traffic's like. I hope it's not bad. If you can, come to the show, the Pomona RV show. It runs, California RV show in Pomona. It runs till next Sunday. We're Mike and Jennifer. We'll see you. We got lots of videos coming up on the channel this week. We got a great podcast with some of the people we interviewed here yesterday, and lots of surprises. We got a newsletter coming out tomorrow. Then you'll see some of that for those of you who read it. But we're gone. See, thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. We love Sunday nights. Now we're going to the beach.
We're going to the beach.
Bye.
Bye-bye.